minutes counting down. The first quarter is underway. Callin Hake will take the tip. Won by B1G rather. Weaver rotates to Prince. Prince out to Petrie outside the arc. Tries to reverse it, slips in, getting the pass off, and Daria Shelby will come down the other way, and the tone is set immediately by the Mavericks. They take the lead early.
Just like you said it, set immediately right there, making a mistake early. Right what Omaha wanted.
Petrie just completely lost her footing on the pass. Can she get her get back? Cannot there. And now Soraya Stupignan will have the ball in her hands for the first time. The offense is led by her a lot, although turnovers were an issue in her previous matchup. She had 9 against Northern Colorado on Saturday. Stupignan. Over to Stevens. Back to Stupignan. Hedged hard by Weaver, but will move around. The Mavericks take a 4-0 lead off the bucket assist from Stupignan straight to Avril Smith.
Right now their offense is in full click right now.
Weaver out to B1G, and the Huskers still yet to break the seal over a minute played. Hake outside, Weaver, 3-ball, gets it to go.
Nebraska needed that one, and they got it.
Here come the Mavericks the other way now, who have the lead early in this one. The Mavericks only have 9 players suited up for this competition. Driving in now, and a tough finish of Avril Smith, and the Omaha bench is loving it.
Yes, they're very limited on their capacity of who they have tonight, but they made it work so far. Again, their offense is in sync, and they just know what they want to do when driving to the ball.
One of the big things Omaha is definitely known for early on this season is pushing the pace, and they are pushing it so far. It's what's gotten them to this 3-point lead early. As now here's down low, Petrie loses the ball. Stevens ties up with her. It'll be a jump ball, and it'll go Omaha's way.
Yeah, Jamie Carey, she focused on that a lot in the offseason, and then in the preseason right there, she said she wanted to push the pace, and they finally found that groove, and it's something that they haven't been able to do in their first few games, and now they're doing it here.
Although it might not be the start she's wanted in her first season as the head coach for Omaha. She's 1-8. She's got her Mavs to an early lead, but here comes Weaver pressuring hard. It looked like she got a Stupignan's leg down below and gets whistled for the foul.
Yeah, Weaver was trying to get up there and get close to contact and force some pressure, but the foul call early helped them a lot.
Take a look there. That knee just gets under a Stupignan, and what really gave it away for the referee. Shelby. Burke Perryman. Now to Stevens. Stevens dishes it down to a Stupignan, yet to take a shot here. Smith outside. Shelby tries to go for 3, can't get it to go. It's a rebound by Callin Hake and gets fouled on the way out. This one's gonna go against Avril Smith.
Yeah, she was very aggressive trying to get that rebound. They know any second chance opportunities tonight, they're gonna have to capitalize off of those, but it was called for a quick foul.
6-3 early in this one. Buckets coming from Avril Smith. She's got 4 points, and Daria Shelby. B1G will try from deep range. Can't get it to go off the right side of the iron. Will go out of bounds and going to the Mavericks. And there's a more seasoned coach on the sideline, Amy Williams. 10th season as a head coach for the Nebraska Cornhuskers, and this has probably been one of her most promising starts so far with the program.
Oh, 100%, Chase. She's found her groove, and she knows what she wants from the team. The crazy part about it is that everyone can score. It doesn't matter if they're coming deep off the bench or not. They have faith in who they have out there, and they can run what type of offense they need to get a whole bunch of points.
Omaha trying to find their way out of the near side corner. Smith lobs it to a Stupignan, who has to take it herself inside and does it so. Above Petra B1G, the shot goes.
The Mavs are playing with total confidence right now, and it's obviously helping them.
Hake out to Prince. Prince yet to take a shot as well. B1G in the paint. Might go for the jumper instead. Kicks it out to Weaver. 3-ball. Can't get it to go. Rebound now for Petrie. Goes up. No foul. A lot of physicality down low, and the Mavs will get the ball back.
They're not able to find their rebounds right now.
Stupignan finds the and one, though.
They have all the momentum right now. If it wasn't for that lone 3 for Nebraska, they'd be down a lot here.
A full wave of subs waiting for the Nebraska Cornhuskers as they'll make their way in. Logan Nisley, Amaya Hargrove, who had her career-high points earlier in the season.
due to time constraints. We now move ahead in the action.
Now with the ball is Burke Perryman, and now it's stolen away. Outside Williams, can she get 2 in a row? Can't. Now a rebound from Merrow. Mavs looking to push the floor and are now really startled by this run the Huskers have gone on. It's 10-0 in the last 3 minutes.
Looking at the Mavs' previous games, it's all about how they started. This is probably one of their best starts that they've had all year. They just got to keep being confident, especially now that Nebraska is applying the pressure on defense.
The Mavs have not really been able to convert, but that time there, Daria Shelby does so, but they haven't been able to convert against Power 5 opponents. And in some cases, it's been in not the fashion they would want it. Earlier this season, a loss 100-35 to K-State, and those are results they really want to clean up as a crew. Callin Hake tried to get the corner 3 to go, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, Hargrove. It's denied away by Merrow.
Merrow doing some pretty impressive rebounding for Omaha.
Now coming down the other way, it's a foul on the way up. Burke Perryman will have 2 free throws.
Right now the Mavs are being consistent, especially trying to get those boards. That's what's going to help them, those second chance points, and making sure that they secure those rebounds to keep the Huskers from getting those second chance points.
Foul will be on Maupin. Soraya Stupinian checks back in, and expect her to take brief stints on the bench if she does. She played 38 minutes for the Omaha Mavericks on Saturday against Northern Colorado. Britt Prince checks back in. Claire Johnson now in for the first time today. First free throw from Burke Perryman, can't get it to go, has hit the back of the iron.
Anytime they miss free throws, those are points they're going to want back.
Crowd beckoning behind them, mostly the band creating a lot of the noise, but doesn't face Perryman for the second free throw. It's tied up at 13. Johnson, the Samford transfer, reverses it to Hargrove, who has been confident shooting it lately, can't get that one to fall through. Stupinian spent much of her time at Old Dominion and now is with the Mavericks and really has been put in a position to pioneer this squad. Cora Olson, a player we'll get to later on in the broadcast, had a foot injury that isn't looking good. She was wheeled out in a cart here in the arena today.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Omaha. Jimmy Carey was hired late in the process after the portal window closed, and so it was hard for her to find her people, but she did find her group of gals to go out there and create this squad. It's just the injuries have played a huge factor, especially getting here into the mid part of the season.
So a jump ball transitions possession back to the Cornhuskers. Claire Johnson unable to convert on the corner 3. So is Stupinian, you'll hear the name a lot, makes her way over. It's an assisted pass to Stevens, can't get it to go. Johnson going one-on-one against the Stupinian. Like-for-like players, like-for-like numbers, and the battle of the fives is won by Claire Johnson inside.
And that was a pretty impressive, confident shot.
Britt Prince scrapping it up with the Stupinian, wins possession towards Williams to Maupin. Open floor ahead of her, puts it through. About as easy as it can get. It's a layup line layup. Stupinian swarmed by Maupin, and Prince turns it over out of bounds. A sideline out of bounds opportunity now for the Cornhuskers to extend their lead.
Yeah, Stupinian was frustrated. She thought she got fouled underneath along the baseline. The refs didn't call it, and they're starting to get a little frustrated.
Juneman now making her way in for the Mavericks. Johnson, Hargrove. Now to Maupin, who will take her first shot from beyond the arc, can't convert. The rebound from Merrow, over to a Stupinian, who tries to push it up the floor inside to it was Juneman, yes, who puts it through. Williams, this will be her third 3 opportunity, and it can't be her second converted 3 of the evening.
Williams is a player, she's starting to find her confidence, and she's building on that confidence with those shots. She just needs to knock them down.
Well, the Huskers have the right to be confidently shooting. They're first in the Big Ten at 53.9%. That's second nationally, as at the corner there, stepping out of bounds was Juneman. And now that makes way for Emily Fisher to check in, who was not suited up to begin the season, now has made 4, now make it 5 straight appearances for the Nebraska Cornhuskers, the Maryland transfer.
Yeah, she's someone that's starting to get her role in the rotation, figure out where she is on the team, and it's a good time to do it, especially before conference play starts.
Fisher to Prince, guarded by 2 players, and switches the 3. Doesn't even phase her in that moment.
You can count on that one.
Burke Perryman, stolen by Prince. Prince is making it all happen, tries to behind the back dribble through 2 players, draws a foul in the process. It's helped up by Burke Perryman.
She's just all over the court, and even on defense, I think that's sometimes hard to find on a lot of these players, is whether they can be consistent on offense and defense. As good as she is on offense, she's just as great on defense, and we've seen it already so far this game to where she's able to steal the ball away herself.
The true freshman from Los Angeles, Alana Neal, checks in for the first time for the Cornhuskers. It's Britt Prince, heavily guarded here by Juneman. Juneman against Prince. 5-second difference between shot and game clock. Prince inside to Fisher. Fisher will try to drive, now to Neal. Neal goes up, floater, can't get it to go. It's an unfavorable rim out, and now going the other way. The shot clock forgot to reset, and now there's just chaos everywhere.
They're gonna try to figure out this shot clock situation.
Well, it doesn't matter here because the shot clock was still going, so we'll have to see when. There'll have to be a time adjustment, you would think here. Amy Williams is just as confused as everyone else in the arena here is. They won't adjust the time. It'll just be a sideline out of bounds with 3.5 seconds left to Juneman. Now to Estupinian, who has to haul one up now. Oh, almost a layover off the backboard and in.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Rare event right there. Her turning the ball over.
Burke Perryman gives a little give and go now to Smith to Shelby. It's really the first set for Omaha out of this timeout offensively since just out of the timeout. So now Smith will look to drive in out to Shelby. Shelby against Prince. Shelby trying to maintain her dribble now to Juneman. To Smith. Omaha really trying to work their way along this near side, but can't find any window to shoot it. And Burke Perryman will have to take matters into her own hands, drains the jumper. Mavs lift over 20 points now.
She said, fine, I'll do it myself. in a spot where it is very tough to make those shots, but if you're confident, you got them.
Well, someone who doesn't make the shots look tough, even if they're tough themselves, is Callin Hake. Converts the 3. Burke Perryman up against Williams, tries to pick her back pocket. Now to Juneman, who steps out of bounds. It's the second time the Mavs have been finding themselves in that corner with their heels chalked on the sideline.
We're starting to see these mistakes mount up when the pace goes a little bit faster. In the beginning, Omaha controlled that entire pace, but now the Huskers have total control.
Would you say the pace has really changed in the moments of this game so far, Blake?
It's been the key difference maker, and it's why the score is what it is.
And Callin Hake, back-to-back threes, gets it to go. It's 41-21, 20-point lead.
And it's just completely effortless from her.
And now the Mavericks really starting to dig themselves in holes that they've found commonly all season as a tie-up down low between Williams and Marrow gives the possession back to the Cornhuskers.
Yeah, and Williams sprinted all the way across the court to go after that one. Fantastic effort from her, coming all the way from behind.
Well, Callin Hake has 12 points. She's on 4 of 6 shooting, and she's shooting 4 of 6 from 3. So if you deduct from that, all of her shots have been threes so far, but rightfully so.
You get those open looks, and you can trust her to make them, and she's been in total control.
To begin the quarter, the Huskers were shooting 22% from 3. It is now 36.4, an immense increase and improvement. Will they keep it going with Claire Johnson? Cannot do so. And it comes off the hand of Stevens on the way back. It'll stay with the Cornhuskers at the baseline. Emily Fisher now checking back in for the Cornhuskers.
Yeah, in Nebraska, they're on a 15-2 run over 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
Maupin will head to the bench. She put in some physical minutes there for the Cornhuskers. Got that and one earlier, and Hargrove looking for the 3-ball, and it rims out. She's been unlucky beyond the arc so far in this one. Hargrove now 0 of 3 from beyond the arc. Omaha has really just been trying to find any sort of window outside the 3-point line via reversals, and Burke Perriman once again, like you said earlier, tried to take matters into her own hands, Blake, but can't get that one to go. It rims out. Rims have been unfriendly really to both sides today in some regard, as now a foul in transition. Claire Johnson draws it against Smith.
Yeah, going back to the last possession for the Mavs, they had a great look, and that's finally what they wanted on their offensive side of things, really get that motion and getting that open lane to the inside of the hoop, trying to get those points in the paint. Unfortunately, that one rimmed out, and that's going to be one that she wants back, but it looked good. They just have to connect them at that point for the Mavs.
Well, the Mavs are second to last in the Summit League in turnovers at 21.1. Claire Johnson can't get that one to go either. If we're to combine free throw ratios here today, Blake, between both teams right now, free throws are 2 for 7.
Yeah, and the Mavs, they have a very young team, and a lot of that can just be trying to force that effort in practice and get it rolling.
Collectively, it is now a 25% from the free throw lines between both teams. It has been a struggle from the charity stripe for both sides, and it's really been sloppy scoring that has given the Huskers this big of a lead, and a sloppy turnover leads to a Hake steal and a Hake layup that goes in.
She was smiling after that when she knew she had a free, easy pick and turnover. And what does she do? She gets that point for herself to go.
It's a sight to get used to. Callin Hake averaging nearly 2 steals a game. Wins a lot of possessions for the Cornhuskers, who averaged 9 steals a game, although that's middle of the pack in the Big Ten so far this season. Merrow will drive against Hargrove. Tried to win the size battle, and will do so in some shape or form by winning a foul. Hargrove will draw the foul. Rather, Claire Johnson, excuse me, Blake.
And Merrill, that's something we haven't seen so far this game, is her trying to drive to the hoop and get points herself. And she was pretty confident doing some booty ball up to the hoop. But she drew the foul contact, and that's encouraging, especially if she can make these free throws. But if she can't, those are just free points that are off the board.
So Claire Johnson will head to the bench. Now Merrow really breaks the trend of missed free throws in this game by draining that first one. It's 43-22. Merrow from Port Washington, Wisconsin. A freshman as well. Get used to the word freshman within this UNO program. It is really from the bottom up. Jamie Carey is trying to build this program. Callin Hake, man, it just keeps falling for her, at a loss for words.
My goodness, she's on fire.
Callin Hake make it 5 of 7 from 3. The Huskers really starting to extend, as Estupinian really trying to tame this offense up a little bit, and they can't convert. And now Nebraska, with no shot clock, is looking to end the half on a note that's in their favor. We'll see when Prince is ready to go here as they get ready for a set play. Sideline side is the strong side, as they'll initiate the play with 8 seconds left. You could see it go to the hot hand here from Callin Hake. Can't get it to go off the back iron. And a rebound from Fisher, not enough time to do anything with it. That'll be the end of the second quarter.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
And it'll stay with the Mavericks.
Yeah, she slapped her hand. She wanted that one back. It was a pretty clean look. You know, if you're any player on the Omaha side of things, that was as good of a look as you're going to get.
Stevens. Over to Smith. Smith, long reversal high up in the air to Estupinian with 9 seconds on the shot clock. Guarded by Williams. Now a switch off to Hargrove against Estupinian. Out to Perryman. Perryman has to chuck it from 3. And that is one of the most ambitious chucks you'll see all night from beyond the arc as it goes off the back iron. Estupinian once again trying to pioneer this offense.
Yeah, as of late, a lot of those threes have been tipped and blocked by Nebraska. And you're not going to get open look like that very often.
Estupinian, probably the best look on this possession so far. A reset shot clock once again. Chucks another 3. Can't get it to go. All shots were 3-pointers on that possession. None of them could fall for the Mavericks. Britt Prince, Euro step inside, rims out, and Hargrove will be fouled.
Yeah, Estupinian, she really wasn't able to get her feet set on that last 3-point attempt, and it wasn't as confident a shot as she got to. There's a foul underneath to kind of change the groove and slow the pace down a little bit.
Erica Gooden was really wrong place, wrong time right there, trying to get the board, and really wipes out Maya Hargrove in the process. So now a baseline play to Claire Johnson, who's wide open off the pass, and it rims out. Mavericks going the other way. A lot of casualties in the meantime. Hargrove and Maupin dive to the floor. They make their way back in transition, though. Now a ripped ball towards Smith. A lot of good movement there for a second for the Mavs to really dice through the Nebraska defense, but one pass too many.
Well, Maverick fans, they're used to the power play in hockey, and that's sort of what it was in that last possession for them on offense. When they had 2 Huskers fall on the ground, they could have taken it down low, but they didn't really have a chance.
Well, the analogy of slashing now happens as Estupinian fouls straight across Kennedy Williams. Get a hockey reference off the bingo card there, Blake.
And now just looking at where these fouls are falling, they're starting to line up, and that's why they had to take some of those people off and to the bench for the Mavericks.
Ezra Kerbon makes her way in for the first time tonight. But like you said, a line change practically for Omaha. It's a whole different look out there, and that's really what they're going to have to go with, only being 9 deep today. And not just 9 deep as if they have options beyond that. It is truly 9 deep. Claire Johnson steals the ball off the miscue pass from Merrow. And a double dribble, though, down the floor from Logan Nisley will give it straight back to the Mavericks. If there's one thing, Blake, that really hasn't been very flourishing from either team, it's probably the turnovers.
Yeah, Chase, you're very right. And a lot of it comes off the points off of turnovers, too, which Nebraska has exploded to over 30 points off of turnovers, which is very impressive. But Omaha, they haven't been able to capitalize off those turnovers.
Omaha has eclipsed their turnovers from against Northern Colorado last week. That was 24 turnovers. Tonight they are now at 25. Ezra Kerbon, the Turkish native, going up against Williams. Can she make a name for herself early in this one? Gets fouled on the way up, and Kennedy Williams not a fan of that one.
We're starting to see a lot of those foul calls trickle in like they did in their first half. Sometimes you see at halftime the reffing, they look at what they do and they kind of make those adjustments.
So now as Ezra Kerbon takes her first free throw, doesn't get it to go, but Trey Marler will give it a go for us.
Thanks, Chase. Well, earlier today at shoot-around, Amy Williams was harping on her team to find the joy in the game and not take playing in front of these fans for granted. And after going down by 7 early, we've seen that joy seep through as Nebraska has found their momentum and soared out to a 36-point lead, guys.
One of the things, thank you, Trey, by the way, one of the things the Cornhuskers really, you can tell when they're doing good, is when a little bit of music is blaring and the lights are going, and that didn't get to really get going as early as they wanted it to be. But I think we could all agree with Trey and Amy Williams' philosophy is the Huskers are playing with joy now in this game as Emily Fisher is about to check in, but she'll be shooter.
Yeah, you look at the score and you'd say they've found their offensive mobility, but they've also, they're 0 for the last 4 on the field, and they find their pace at times and then it slows down and they kind of can't figure it out, but then you can just know that they're going to hit on it as soon as they get comfortable with their shots.
Hargrove only drills the second free throw of the evening for Nebraska. They've shot 5 now in this game. Can't make the second, though. A rebound from Maupin, though, gives an extra chance for the Cornhuskers, and an extra chance for Hargrove gets 2 points. So 3 points on one trip to their end of the floor for Hargrove in probably the most unconventional way possible.
And that stops their scoring drought. Before that, they had no field goals in the last 3 minutes, which is crazy if you know the Husker offense, one that always goes to 80 points.
Juneman really trying to peer over at any option that even looks semi-open, and they can't find one. And now Shelby from three. That's the first three-pointer of the night from the Omaha Mavericks. It took 12 attempts, and Shelby converts.
They're not a team that shoots the three a lot, but they're able to get there, and she was finally able to get that one back.
Shot clock turned off, 8 seconds remaining. Williams inside to Hargrove, quick jumper, and really the Cornhuskers flourish on the free throw line, but in the run of play. And the run of play will stop now as the Nebraska Cornhuskers leap up to a 38-point lead. For the final quarter, the fourth. Maupin loses her handling early. Now takes another free throw jumper. I mean, the Huskers, I would love to see the heat map here for this game, Blake, because the Huskers have been thriving just above the paint in the middle.
It would have seen that they take those shots live during the game, and they're better at that than the free throw tonight, which is pretty surprising.
Smith gets it blocked by Fisher. Now over to Gooden, who kicks it out to Stevens. Stevens can't get it to go, and Kenny Williams falls to the ground. Has no signal yet, and it will stay with, or rather go towards Nebraska. The Mavericks will turn it over.
And they just haven't been able to find any sort of consistency on offense. What worked in the first half, the first quarter, I should say, is not working now. And it really seems like Nebraska's able to do anything. They
are gonna take a look at this here, Blake. So we'll see what they end up looking at here, and we'll see if it's possession. And getting back into it we are after the challenge. Play will finally resume after a lengthy challenge that took us into the media timeout. Weaver over to Williams. It's really been a well-rounded Nebraska performance at this point in the game now. They're shooting 45%, although that is 8% below their average on the season, as Maupin will drive inside but travels before any of the contact.
Yeah, every quarter they've gotten better from their field goal percentage. Started at 36%, went up to 48%, and then went up to 50% at the end of the third quarter. They're finding how they get their offense rolling, just like we've seen so far from the Huskers, and a lot of fans know because they put up so many points.
Stupinian will try and dive it down low to Smith, and those two have been connecting all day, but it's just been tough for them to connect in, especially from three-point range. That now makes it 1 of 14 from deep. So there's a foul down low, it looks like, eventually here off the missed three, and it will be called on Maupin.
Yeah, they're just getting very aggressive underneath the hoop, and we've seen it all night, especially for number 33, Marrow. She's been one that's been aggressive trying to get the rebounds.
Prince, Neal, and Petrie will all check in, so the two leading scorers on the game, Petrie and Hake, are on the floor. Hake with 17, yet to score actually in the second half. Petrie with 12. Estupinian, reversal layup, gets it in. Soraya Estupinian now hits the decade mark, 10 points. Fisher grabs the loose ball outside to Neal. Can't get it to go. It's a rebound by Stevens, but not before a foul that's drawn by Gooden. We'll see who they put this one on. They're going to put it on Petrie. That's only Petrie's first foul. As physical as she's gotten down low and also beyond the arc, she's been able to convert as well. That's only her first foul, which is something within the fourth quarter for your post to only have one foul is something that I think Amy Williams will take any given day of the week.
Yeah, and the 5 that you have on the floor, only 2 of them have fouls. They've really been right where they needed to be.
A steal from Hake leads to a jump ball. It'll stay with the Mavericks. A bunch of players now checking in for the Mavericks. Juneman will come in as well. As Juneman, Burke Perryman will come in as well. It's a full line change here. Kurbon will make her way in as well.
Yeah, that's as big of a rotation as you're going to get, Chase.
A little bit of a mouthful there, Blake. As now the Mavericks will begin possession here. Blake, there's a lot of things the Mavericks had to take away from, specifically probably in that first quarter in terms of the positives, but What's the biggest thing you think they need to work on heading into their next game against Western Illinois this weekend? As a three will be taken from the corner from Juneman, can't get that to go.
Well, you know, they get those open looks for three, and they aren't that great from it so far this year, but they have opportunities, and they just need to keep their confidence high, because when they're rolling with confidence, they know what they can do it, and they can get points, and they just took it to Nebraska in the first quarter, and I think they got to hang their hat on that at the end of the day, because that's something that they've not been able to do against any of those power opponents that they've played this year.
Well, it's another jump ball. There have been plenty of those tonight. It'll stay with the Cornhuskers. We have had a jump ball, two in the last 2 minutes here, as Britt Prince is outside from beyond the arc. Can't get it to go. It's been really an abnormal three-point shooting night from the Cornhuskers. That's 12 of 35 now, 34%. Mavs will get the ball back.
Yeah, the Huskers, they have a 2-minute scoring drought right now. Not something that they expected to find themselves in, and we've seen it at different times. The offense has been able to sputter and not get into control of what they normally do.
Largest lead for Nebraska tonight has been 40. It was 70-30 at one point in this game. Right now, 70-32. As Prince dishes it down to Neal. Neal gets a bucket. That's her first points of the games from the true freshman.
The true freshman, she's fast everywhere she goes on the court. And when she picked up that ball from Prince, who's passed it to her, an easy lay-in.
Kurbon. Kurbon will drive in. Gets the layup, can't get it to go. And a rebound from Fisher, who draws the foul and is a little slow to get up.
A pretty good look for Kurbon there. Didn't get a lot of separation, but she didn't use a lot of the backboard there to help her, and that's why she missed it. Just not that confident of a shot for her.
Foul will go on Marrow. Marrow at this point in the game has 4 personal fouls, so she's on the lookout for foul-out territory, but I don't think there will be anything deterring the Mavericks from subbing her out, and with the point this game is at now. It's the missed jumper, gives the ball back to the Mavericks. Carey looking for Mavericks to maybe have some space here on this possession as the shot clock winds down to 15. Burke Perryman drives over down the lane from Prince. Can't get the finish though. Very rarely will you beat Britt Prince on the dribble. And at that point, that's a shot Burke Perryman's gonna wanna have back, especially when it results to a Prince 3 on the other end.
Well, she got beat there on defense, and what do you know? She turned it into 3 points herself. That's why you can never count her out.
You really can't in any game. Britt Prince has been phenomenal for the Nebraska Cornhuskers, and now she reaches 600 career points. And it's a feat at this point as a true sophomore that she has hit that mark. She is in some elite territory within the Nebraska Cornhuskers women's basketball lore. As Petrie gets the offensive rebound and puts it in, Jessica Petrie has been feeling it tonight. She's got 14.
The second chance points working to Nebraska's best effort.
It's now a block from Fisher. It'll go out of bounds. It'll stay with the Mavericks, and now another line change. Estupinian, Gooden, Smith, Stevens, all making their way in.
You got them all that time, Chase. I'm not sure you missed one. There's a lot of them.
You got to get used to it at some point, Blake. It's now looking for any option is Gooden. Gooden might have moved her feet there before the pass got off, but it'll go off. And this time, Gooden will try a different perspective of trying to get this ball in. Now from the sideline. Gooden from Fort Smith, Arkansas. A freshman as well. It is a youthful team the Mavericks have assembled here today.
You know, it's pretty impressive that Jamie Carey has been able to get this team playing so cohesive so far this year. As I say that and there's a turnover, but, you know, it's for a bunch of underclassmen to be able to go out there and be able to put this much effort on the court. It shows a testament to what they hope for her in the future. It was like a bowling ball in between those guys, knocked all the pins on the ground.
Out of all the times to use the word cohesion, Blake, that might have been the worst time. There was no cohesion on either end of the floor. It all started with really this fumble away from Fisher, falling down on the ground. Petrie tries to do something about it. Neal tries to do something about it. No one can do anything about it. And the ball squirms free, but players, about 5 of them, on the ground.
They're all trying to fight for it, and then it ended up with 5 players on the floor.
Elkhorn North High School graduate. Merely a 55-ish minute drive from Pinnacle Bank Arena. She was undefeated in Pinnacle Bank Arena for a long time until eventually losing in here back in last season. Played plenty of state tournament games around here, as now 3 whistles to assert the foul being called.
Yeah, and Petrie took a hard fall there. And she's just trying to get in that scrum down low and just hit off and fill the ground.
Juniman will end up being the guilty party of that foul. The missed free throw there will get a rebound, or the missed jumper rather will get the rebound there. And the Mavericks come down the other way, Estupinian. Up against Petrie. 2 of the most prominent players scoring-wise in this game, and there's a foul off the ball screen. It's going to go on Prince.
And she's going to get her first actual foul, I should say.
It's the second team foul for the Cornhuskers, though, in this quarter. As a lot of Omaha players will head to the bench, more will make their way in. Burke Perryman really has been gliding in the paint pretty well. It's just been finishing at the rim has been the issue for her so far in this one. Gooden really lost for choices, now finds Merrow. Merrow outside to Kerbon. Kerbon will travel, though, beforehand. Ezra Kerbon, only her 7th appearance here today, has not started. Coming into this game only shooting 10% from the field. That attempt.
Yeah, for Kerbon on that last possession, that was that turnover, she just had her feet set and did a little quick pump fake, and she tried to drive off that and didn't reestablish.
Kennedy Williams will now reestablish possession here offensively for the Cornhuskers. Claire Johnson thought about it for a second to pop it over Gooden, couldn't do so. A dish down from Bojan trying to get to Mop and wasn't ready for it, and the Mavs will get the ball back.
For both teams, it's been very physical in the paint tonight. A lot of those scrums down low have been very aggressive for both teams. They're just able to just keep trying to get those extra rebounds, and for most of the time, it's worked for Nebraska's favor in getting those second chance points.
Omaha was the preseason 8th out of 9 teams in the Summit League to begin this season. And really, they're performing as if they have heart for sure. But right now, it's not the outlook they would have wanted, potentially being 1-9 to begin this season, as there's 14 left on the shot clock, just under 3.5 here in this game. Nebraska has not scored for the last just over 2 minutes now. It's not really been an offensive prowess from either side so far, as now the shot clock really winding down. Burke Perriman just has to try and get something off, but before any shot was gotten off or any contact was given, too many steps on the floor, it'll be a travel.
Chase, I feel like you can copy and paste a lot of these possessions for the Mavericks. They just get very low in the shot clock, don't have an open shot, and then that's where the mistakes happen, whether it's a double dribble or a travel, and it all starts to amount.
The Mavericks' best finish in the history of the program at the Division I level is a conference tournament runner-up. They lost to South Dakota State in 2023. They have not won the conference. They have not appeared in the Division I tournament. The only time they have appeared, or I should say the last time they have appeared, as Petra Bojan gets the bucket down low, but the last time the Mavericks appeared in an NCAA tournament, sanctioned tournament at all, was in 1992, and that was the Division II tournament. Longtime North Central Conference members. That was the last time they found their way onto the national stage.
Yeah, and Carrie said she wouldn't have taken the job if she didn't, see that Omaha was a place that she could win at. And while it's going to be a long list of improvements for this season, but it's also just learning moments for a lot of these young players that if she can keep them here in a transfer portal era, those players can turn into something great.
Foul goes on Kerbon. Claire Johnson will go to the line to shoot 2. Juniman checks in. So Claire Johnson at the line, shooting 92.3% on the season, and it looks the part as she drains the first one. A Samford transfer, shot 42% when she was at Samford. As a freshman, 40% from 3, 87% from the line. It's an addition that the Huskers are very excited about, as there's a foul down low, or rather a lane violation, so Claire Johnson will get another chance at it after missing that one.
Just gets to wipe that one off and try again.
Claire Johnson getting ready for her second attempt. Well, her third attempt, rather, but technically her second.
Yes.
Drains it.
Nails that one, and you just
2 for 2.
push it behind you.
Kurbon will now take the ball up the floor in what are the final moments of this one. We're just about to hit 2 minutes remaining here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. The Nebraska Cornhuskers are up 81-34. They extend their 80-point game streak to 9.
They've been in total control and playing effortless. They're on a 6-0 run right now. And Omaha's just mounting turnovers. They haven't scored in the past 4 minutes.
Mounting turnovers for sure, Blake. Now the Mavericks currently possess 31 turnovers. Petra Bojan gets another bucket down low. It's 6 points for her on the evening.
The Mavs have only scored 4 points this quarter. And from what a great start it was for them, it's a little unfortunate that they haven't been able to find some consistency. But this is what Nebraska's defense does best, and that's hounding them down low just like right there.
Shelby trying to do anything around Maupin, can't do so. Maupin is just an immovable object in that moment, and Claire Johnson finding her groove late on, gets the layup.
Effortless.
So now as Omaha makes their way up the field, the lead is now to 51. It's the largest lead of the evening for the Cornhuskers. Merrow. Over to Kurbon. Kurbon to Merrow. It's a little 1-2 action, and there's a foul down low on the shot. So 2 shots coming for Merrow. The foul will be on Maupin.
Yeah, Merrow, in the first half, she was able to get, she's one of 3 Omaha players to get down low and get some foul calls on her, and now she gets a chance to get some free points.
Merrow, a true freshman, 6'2", 4-year letter winner, 4-time all-conference selection at Port Washington, her high school in Wisconsin. She was the 2025 Port Washington Female Athlete of the Year. And now hold on, Blake, because a promotional part of this game, if Merrow were to miss the second one, Nebraska fans would be going home with free chicken. So just take a listen here. Whoa. Disappointment floods across Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Well, in the men's game against Creighton, they got free chicken, and they would have had more free chicken if she would have missed that one. But
we're going to start running the sails dry.
Yes.
As Bojan will put it in late on, she's getting points in this one. Now extends to 8.
Huskers 3 for 3 on the field. They're 4 for 4 on the field for the last 4 attempts. So,
and in their last moments, Omaha with probably one more trip to the floor here. Let's see if they can make it a good one as Kurbon up against Neal. Kurbon will pull up from 3, long range, off the back iron. Shot clock is not turned off, about a half-second difference between shot and game clock. Neal can't get it to fall, and one thing that has been abnormal, if anything, within this game for the Cornhuskers is the 3-point shooting. In this one, just below 32%. And it looks like Kurbon will elect to not play this game further as we reach the end of this one. It's going to be 87-35 final score here. Nebraska extends their win streak to 10-0. Amy Williams has her crew going. What a performance by the Nebraska Cornhuskers late on.
Yeah, they were able to just get rolling later on in this game and establish that confidence that they did not have early on. And they were out of place on defense, and that's why they gave up those 15 points in the first quarter. And since then, the Huskers just kept rolling, and then things kind of slowed down again on the offensive side for the Huskers.